Well, hello everyone, coming to you live right here at Midas, the Total Car Care, right here at Military Trail in Lake Worth. Things are taking place, and you know what? As we got a Ford Flex here, this is what you need to do to replace the AC evaporator. You've got to remove everything to get the evaporator out of this Ford Flex. Get a load of this. You understand? This is what Ford Motor Company is done. Okay, you've got to take the entire dash, the whole front end out in order to replace an evaporator for an AC unit. And you know what? When you've got a guy, the man, the myth, the legend that can do it, the master mechanic, Ron Fox Causey. Ron, this is a big job here. Yeah. Huh? You've got the dash over there. This is the dash frame. That's the inner dash frame. All the connectors, all the wiring, all the screws. Then they're probably using security screws or some bullshit in there. But let me tell you something. And this is this is what needed to be replaced. Yes. So you actually had to take the entire dash out to get to that. Yep. And by taking Scott Schrader, hey Schrader, we're sitting here. You know Schrader, now he's got a Lamborghini Countach. It's 88. Oh yeah, worth $1.1 million right now. Schrader's actually out at the Quail in California, showing off that beautiful Scott. Well, let me tell you something, Schrader. I'm sitting here with Big Ron Causey, huh? He just figured he's got to replace the Schrader valve that went bad in Mr. Sunshine's Ford Transit. Well, let me tell you something. This is the man, the myth, the legend. All right, Tony Malia. Ford Flex, look, this is the evaporator. This is the evaporator out of this vehicle. To get that out, you've got to take all of this out. You've got to take all of that out. And you've got to literally dissect it. You've got to dissect the Ford Flex in order to get that evaporator out of there to rebuild, to repair it, to replace it. Look at this. This is what needs to be done. And you know what? We're talking about locksmith Eddie up on a valve. We had a bad Schrader valve on that. What was that? What was that? The evaporator? That piece. What do we got there? We got this piece right here. As a matter of fact, Scott Schrader. This is a Schrader valve. You see that Schrader valve there? Well, it went defective, okay? The whole thing went shot down in there. And over the years, it's the original one in there, so we had to take it out and put a new one in. Darlene Marcinic. Oh, now, for all of you, you know, I'm not sitting here in shirts, jackets, and ties. I'm not sitting here, styling and profiling, drinking champagne. You got any champagne here? Not on duty. They don't drink champagne on duty. I don't drink Perrier unless it's Dom Perignon, okay? I'm not going to come out here slipping some beer. I'm not that guy swilling some kind of cheap blood. I don't do that. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. All right? But you know what? When you're talking about having a repair vehicle, as a matter of fact, my dear friend Christine, she called me, said, oh, Mr. Sunshine, my Mercedes-Benz isn't running. I said, well, you go down and see Big Ron over there at Midas, Lake Worth, Military Trail. Andre Lingen. Here's a Ford Flex. Look at what needs to be done when you have to replace the evaporator. This is the evaporator in a Ford Flex. All right, you can see the evaporator right here. Well, Andre, you got to pull all of this out. This is the inner frame of the dash. There's your outer dash. All the screws, all the electrical connectors. And to get that piece out, you have to remove everything. Look at that. Well, let me tell you something, Daddy. To me, it looks like a nightmare. I'm the guy that works on these, not this automotive. I don't do automotive. I only do the classic Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, Porsche, Ferrari, stuff like that. Nothing with the new stuff. But this is a job right here. Randy Pellick. Oh, Randy Pellick. One of the best mechanics in Pennsylvania. Me and Randy Pellick from Grindstone are like this. Darlene Marcinic like that. Well, you know what, Randy? I like you. You're a nice guy. But I like Darlene Marcinic a little bit more. So you know what? You're going to have to work on it a little more, Randy. All right? Maybe you're going to have to put on a shirt, jacket, and tie But even if you did that, I'm still going to be jumping on Darlene Marcinek to go up the Nemacolin Woodlands to have a little dinner up there at 84 Lumber, Joe Harding. All right, so we bring you along. You can park the car, leave the air conditioner or the heater running, okay, depending on when I show up. But me and Darlene are going to walk into Nemacolin Woodlands, woo, and have a little dinner. You just keep the engine running with the AC going, okay? But right now, we're sitting here, Ross Garrett. We got the man, the myth, the legend here, Big Ron Causey, the man that's fixing Mr. Sunshine's Ford Transit. The air conditioner was running a little bit hot after 400 miles. The dryer, there it is. That's the dryer right there. And the Schrader valve, not Scott Schrader, but the Schrader valve of that AC right there is what went bad. So we're going to play. Hey, you know what, Darlene? Let me tell you something, honey. You and I, Darlene, we've known each other. Me and Iggy Marcinek, your dad, were like this. Little Darlene on the ambulance crew was like that, okay? Well, let me tell you something. Grindstone Volunteer Fire Department. I know the game. You know the game. They're one of the best volunteer fire departments in all of southwestern Pennsylvania. We can talk Brownsville. We can talk Uniontown. We can talk all of that, but there can be only one. The franchise. And the franchise Grindstone Volunteer Fire Department with the beautiful trucks, with the beautiful state-of-the-art fire department up there. Woo! Things were taking place. And in the middle of all of it, volunteers, American hardcore volunteers from everybody in the town of Grindstone, Pennsylvania. I salute you, all right, being from Sterling Heights, Michigan, and Grindstone, Pennsylvania. I knew the game better than anybody. And let me tell you, when you're talking about Grindstone, Pennsylvania, Schrader, you're from Pittsburgh, nice town, all right? You know it, I know it, and the world knows it. But I'm going to tell you what, when you're talking about dedication, when you're talking about hard work, you got guys like Randy Pellick on board. You've got his sons, the whole family. You got Iggy. You got Darlene. You got all of the beautiful, Margie Nick, Sean Nick. I know them all. And let me tell you, the hardest working people going today, hillbillies, hardest working guys going today. Well, let me tell you something. Right now, Mr. Sunshine, hey, Kathy Gray, Mr. Sunshine, Locksmith Denny. Now, I put some fluid in there. I put some AC Freon in there last week. It's still running a little bit warm. You know, let me tell you, let's put two and two together, okay? I'm a hot man, all right? There's no, it's cut and dry. We can all admit that, all right? But when you're driving to Miami and it's 105 outside and the air conditioning, I'm getting hot myself, okay? There's only so much a hot man can take before it gets too hot, all right? Now, when some of you guys out there, you might think it's hot when it's 70 degrees. Well, let me tell you something, Daddy. If I got half a dozen women wanting to jump on Mr. Sunshine, you might think it's a little hot. For me, it's just another walk in the park, okay? You get half a dozen women want to jump on Mr. Sunshine night after night after night. It's going to get hot. Well, let me tell you, I'm used to that. I can handle it. But when I'm driving in the locksmith van here, Mr. Sunshine, there you go. Read it. Look at it. That's the way it is right there. Okay, as a matter of fact, if you can't read that way, we're going to read it this way, all right? Mr. Sunshine Locksmith Eddie at 561-693-8636. We are here at Midas. You know, this is the one-stop shop. As a matter of fact, the owner herself, Ann Say's come out here at 3855 South Military Trail in Green Acres, Florida. Her phone number right there, 914-497-7244. There's the number here at Midas Total Car Care. That's right, 3855 South Military Trail, Lake Worth, Florida, 561-507-0808-0848. They actually have one in Davie. They have one down in up north. So if you're looking for total car care, you don't have to look at it. Oh, Irina. Oh, my beautiful Russian woman. Well, let me tell you something, my Russian friend. You're here in the United States of America right now. It's about 110 outside right now. My air conditioner went out But you know what? Even if the air conditioner goes out, the man, the myth, the legend's going to take care of it, Big Ron. And you know what? The owner herself said, you know what? I love Big Ron Fox. Ron's the guy that makes things go round and round. How you doing there, Big Daddy? You looking good? You want to say hello to everybody? Ah, you look good, I know. And there's the owner herself, the woman that runs things that make things go round and round right here. And it is a beautiful day. I just did a video showing them what it has to do for a flex, to remove that evaporator, all of that. But you guys can do it.
You do it all.
You do it all. The one-stop shop. How many stores you have?
We have 4 stores.
Where are they located?
Davie, Florida, Lake Worth right here, North Palm Beach or North Lake Boulevard, and Fort Pierce.
You got, so it's a one-stop shop from one end to the other.
Absolutely.
You can take care of it. This is it, Midas. And you know what? She's not only beautiful, she's got the brain, she's got the business sense, she's got the right people to work here. So if you have a problem, Darlene, if you come to sunny South Florida, as a matter of fact, my dear friend Christine Blasich, she's gotten her Mercedes-Benz here. As a matter of fact, can you do a Lamborghini Countach? I got a friend of mine with a Lamborghini. It's a challenge, but it can be done. Pick up that phone, 561-693-8636, or just come on down here to Midas, 3855 South Military Trail, 561-507-0848. Pick up that phone, woo, and call them now. Mwah.